Director 11 includes a library of behaviors that are specific to working with 3D objects. These are here in the 3D folder of the behavior section of the code library. Notice that there's two categories here. There's actions. Let me close that up for a second. Actions and triggers. The actions you can think of as the verbs. Dolly camera, fly through, reset camera, drag model. The triggers trigger the actions. In other words, set up a mouse left to dolly, a mouse right will zoom, a mouse enter, a mouse within, a mouse leave, and so on. So let me demonstrate some of my favorite of these 3D behaviors. They're easy to use and they really add some dramatic effects to your Director projects quite easily. I've created a 3D text element here. I've extruded a 2D text into 3D using Director, but I can also import content from other dedicated 3D animation programs. Let's start with the automatic model rotation and click on the behavior and drag it onto my 3D object. Here I get my parameters, rotation speed, and which axis to rotate about. I can do X, Y, or Z. Let's choose the default X and turn up my rotation speed to 12. And now let's rewind and play my movie. And you can see that it's rotating. You can also go back and at any time go to the Property Inspector. Here in the Behavior tab, let's change the axis of rotation to Y and rewind this. Let's also change the speed. Let's change this to -3. Notice you can go in different directions. There we go. You have to stop the movie and restart it in order for the new parameters to take effect. Let's go ahead and remove that behavior so it doesn't conflict with some of the other behaviors that I want to show you. Another easy 3D behavior to implement is the model rollover cursor. Let's change that to a pencil, for example. So when I roll over the model, my cursor changes to the image that I've selected in the parameter drop-down. Another useful 3D behavior is the show axis, or show axes. This shows my various X, Y, and Z axes. I'm going to go ahead and animate this by zooming in and moving the camera, and you'll see this show axes behavior is a little bit more useful when we start animating things. To start this animation, I'm going to go ahead and add a fly-through behavior to my object. And notice that I have a thrust value, a maximum roll velocity, and a number of frames to come to a full stop. I'm going to decrease that number of frames. I'm going to increase roll velocity, and I'm going to increase thrust value a little bit. Click OK.